over the weekend, we found this article where they were kind of drilling down a little deeper into what's been going on with G2A and their relationship with the indie dev community right now. And all the sparks and fireworks flying this weekend weren't all from 4th of July. There's been a lot of hot Twitter debating going back and forth. Indies taking their stand, G2A trying to explain their side of it. And it all boils down to being about gray market game codes. Now, Brandon, can you tell the good people a little bit about gray market game codes? Because I'm not one to meddle in these areas, but I heard you know someone who knows someone.
I know someone that is filth, right? So basically, these are codes that are generated usually through a developer, but somehow the pirators would buy these at a discount or something, or get a hold of them and would basically scalp them and give it to anybody at the lower price. So none of this money, it's different from a Steam sales, obviously, because that money goes back to the developers, at least 70% of it. This goes directly to a third-party non-affiliate. And that's disgusting.
And so from what I've read, the popular way is you like get fraudulent credit card information to purchase the codes. And before the bank can actually find out,
figure out what the hell the code is,
Pirater already has 500 codes that they then sell at a significant discount. But according to the developer, they sold 500 copies, so they don't pursue anything yet. And then the scalper is hoping that they've moved the fraudulent keys before stop payment or whatever happens on the bank end occurs.
This is some digital spy shit.
And
people. Go ahead.
G2A gets a cut. Yes. If it's sold on their site, they're like, sweet, a sale. Someone bought a legitimate key.
Right.
They're
they get like
a service.
5 to 10%. Yes. So that is, man, they've been around for a long time. So going back to the books, imagine how much of that is like black market shit. I mean, that's a headache.
That's a lot. And I guess where I feel bad is like from the service provider standpoint, they're like, hey, I mean, we didn't know that they're fraudulent. Somebody came with valid keys and we resold them. That's why we set this up, to be able to offer like another way to buy your games, to distribute your games. Like, we get it. I understand. But there is a flaw in the system. And clearly you got to have a better response than the response that the indie community thinks that they have. And the indie community is like royally pissed. To the point of saying, just freaking pirate our game if you're going to buy it off of G2A.
Right.
We encourage you to pirate our game if you were going to go to G2A to buy it. And that just blows my mind. Because if you were going to G2A, you were like legitimately trying to purchase the game. So the indie devs should be like, oh, thank you. That's $10 that we're going to get. But they don't. Shit.
Yeah, it's a weird way to screw someone for sure. Let's look at this article for more details. So this is the article that we're mostly referencing from. So this is the news, right? Basically, I think we mentioned this before. If you're already doing this, it's filthy. But to do this to an indie developer that every cent literally counts, that's even disgusting. I mean, these games are ranging probably $20 max or $30 when it's really high quality. And, if you can't wait for Steam sales to get these prices, right, and then have to go to G2A to get it now, but at a crazy discount, like, it's not a sustainable model for, well, first of all, supporting the developers that you like. If these are the games that you're willing to kind of put your internet IP out there and to download, at least try to support them.
Remember we worked in LA and there would be like the street performers, like the guy with his guitar and his like guitar case has like maybe $15 and he's like, hey, buy my CD right here, it's $10 and he's like playing his ass off, like really putting on a show. People are like cheering but not buying it. 2 subway stops down is the shady guy who's like, hey, I got that guy's CD, $2 That's what you're doing. You know what I mean? That's what you're doing. You're the hardworking guy trying to pay his rent, playing guitar, is not getting any cent out of those $2 shady deals from the trench coat.
And what's worse is the internet. So it's literally you're standing across from this guy scalping his. It's like a click away, guys.
Well, I bet you the devs, right? Like they go to G2A and they're like, oh, 280 copies sold.
Pretty much. So, like, what started as a tweet from No More Robots founder, a former Gamma Sutra editor, Mike Rose. Oh, Mike Rose. We're actually having him. Oh, nice. Mike Rose is going to be one of our guests in a couple of weeks. I guess we can talk about this. Spiral into a change.org petition. For key reseller GTA to remove indie games from its platform. First of all, have you ever done any of these change.org petitions? Do they work, or they just create enough noise?
Nice. It feels nice. The closest I've seen one was like something related to the White House, and then they were like, "Oh, we will consider it," or something like that.
Right.
But I mean, I don't even remember if the Mass Effect 3 ending was a change.org petition. I'm sure it was, and then they changed their ending. So I guess that's the one success case I could think of. But it feels great to see like, oh, this is how much support something has. And so if anything, it's like soft collective bargaining.
Yeah.
Because the person or the people behind whatever thing you're petitioning see how many people are like adamant for the change.
Yeah.
So
it creates enough reference points for articles to create buzz, and maybe someone that has power.
The PR damage that you absorb when you see like a petition has been sent around 10 million times and signed 500,000 times.
I see.
That's what you're like.
That's the power right there. Yeah, because no one's like really legislating this.
Change.org is not like change.gov. It's change.org.
Oh yeah, right.
So that's the line.
Okay. Thanks for clearing that up for me.
It's like mall security.
Well, it is. Yeah, it's exactly that. So change.org to key reseller GTA remove indie games from its platform. Well, all indie games. A lengthy back and forth between the company and game makers about its effect on indies together. So G2A doesn't work with indie developers to put their game on a platform. It's just whoever puts it up. How does it work?
I guess it's because of the reselling and how they're allowing people to upload keys and those keys end up being fraudulent.
Yeah.
It's more screwing the indie developers. But the developer can upload like legitimate
their own
keys and then sell it through G2A.
Right.
So as a platform, it does work technically. Like in theory, it works. It's just that there is this one specific part of the system that has a flaw, which is because of if they were to validate a key, that would be literally them like putting the key in. Yep. We can download the game now, but now you can't reuse that key.
Right.
There's no way to repackage that exe.
So there's not enough authentication on GTA's part to moderate that. Okay.
Well, just the way that keys are exchanged in general, I think is just too risky. And because of this like gray market area, I feel like that's why indie devs are like getting pissed about it, is because GTA, even though it's a service and it's a platform and it means well, it is creating an avenue for indie devs to lose money that they should be getting.
Right.
It's just another way that pirates are winning over indie devs or even big devs.